one last time. We're going racing here in Hampton, Georgia at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for NASCAR Miscraft Cup Series racing. We're here at this 1.5 mile speedway in Hampton, Georgia, about ready to get this one done under the lights here for 12 laps. It's been a great season so far, and we come down to the most abrasive track on the schedule to find out who your champion is going to be. Four guys that have the best chance right now: Jimmie Johnson, Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, and Kyle Busch. Although they are separated by about 12 points in total, it'll be interesting to see how this shakes up here tonight. And Jimmie Johnson, it comes in 1 point ahead of Joey Logano in the number 22 car, and we'll see what he can do. He just needs to finish ahead of the number 22 car if he wants to keep this championship and get redemption for last season when he was the leader of the championship battle in turn number 2 at Dover when he spun out with Chase Elliott. And his rival driver is Joey Logano in the number 22 machine. He comes in 1 point behind Jimmie Johnson, and he needs to finish 2 spots ahead of Jimmie Johnson or win this race if he wants to be able to get the championship. And it's been a tall task for both of these drivers all season long. It'll be very interesting to see where they will shake up here tonight. But if Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch have great days and Joey Logano and Jimmie Johnson do not, these two could have the chance to get a championship, and in Denny Hamlin's case, possibly a second championship in the NASCAR Miscraft Cup Series. Now, these guys are going to have to really hope that the 48 and the 22 cars have bad days, but very unlikely if you look at the history from this season. But it will be a 12-lap race here today at the Atlanta Motor Speedway to crown a champion and see who will be able to master the high makes of the Atlanta Motor Speedway. And it's just about that time to get racing. But first, we got to get your starting lineup and find out where these drivers are starting and where the championship drivers are starting. And we'll see just simply where everyone is starting. And it's about time to get this one underway for the final time in season number 5. And here is your starting lineup. Row number 1, you're going to have Martin Truex Jr. and Alex Bowman. Then you're going to have Kevin Harvick and championship second place runner Joey Logano. Then you're going to have the 95 Matt DiBenedetto and Paul Menard in his final race in the Miscraft Cup Series. Then you have Jimmie Johnson, the points leader, and then you're going to have his teammate Chase Elliott. Then you're going to have Brad Keselowski and Denny Hamlin rounding out the top 10. There's the rest of your starting lineup scrolling through here as the field rolls off here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the final time in season number 5. We're on the banks of Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia, under the lights tonight. As Jimmie Johnson, Joey Logano, with the best shots to get in the championship, but not out of it, are Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch. They are getting ready to go here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. And here we go. It's going to be a 12-lap race. It's going to be an exciting 12 laps here in Atlanta, Georgia. About ready to get this one underway. Green flag in the air for Martin Truex Jr. in the number 19 car. Down into turn number 1, down to the yellow line, that is, and Martin Truex Jr. clear with the lead as they work their way off the banking of turn number 2. A little bit of 3 wide action back in the pack. Kevin Harvick still working on that number 88 behind the leader, Martin Truex Jr. Back into the banking at turn number 3, still side by side. A little sideways is Martin Truex Jr. there off of turn number 4, but he still leads lap number 1. He's actually also got a really nice run off of turn number 4 on Kevin Harvick, opening that gap for the lead a little bit. Oh, Alex Bowman gets a little sideways, threading through the middle. That's Paul Menard of the number 21 machine. That's his final race here, working onto the high side in turns 3 and 4. You can see the bumps entering turn number 3. How about that? Oh, the little bit of contact there with the 21 in the 4 car coming off of the banking of turn number 4. That could spell trouble later on. But Jimmie Johnson to the inside of Joey Logano is a little bit sideways there as well. Top 3 single file off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Jimmie Johnson is clear for a second. You can really see how the lines are working here in Atlanta off the banking here. Very fantastic racing so far. And here comes the 21 of Paul Menard trying to get the lead from Martin Truex Jr. in turn 1. Truex took the high side to get a good run off of turn number 2. And here's Logano to do the same thing. He gets a big slide off of turn number 2 for the 22 of Joey Logano. Back to turn number 3. Oh, trouble turn number 4. Truex is around. So is Paul Menard. And it was a hellacious smash to the outside wall for Paul Menard. Lifted the number 19 up off the ground. And a big crash off of turn number 4 brings out the first caution. Your leaders are out of it. And Paul Menard in his final race of the Miscraft Cup Series is out as well. What in the world happened? It happened so quickly. It looked like the 21 went dead up under the outside wall. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That looked like a tire went down, possibly from the contact with the 4. Kevin Harvick, right up into the back end of the number 19 car, lifted him up off the ground and sent him spinning into the infield there. What a hellacious smash on the outside wall. See it right there. Boom! To the back end of the number 19 car. Man, that was a very violent crash. And the 21 of Paul Menard surely did not see that coming for his tire blowing out on the exit of turn 4 when he went up the racetrack and slammed into the back of the number 19. But for some reason, the number 19 is still able to run here. I don't know how in the world they let him out like that. I wish they would do that in real life, honestly. But Nonetheless, he is somehow able to stay out on the racetrack and get some more laps in. But we are ready to get back to the green flag here in Atlanta. Green flag back in the air this time. Kevin Harvick is the leader. Jimmie Johnson, 2 is outside. They're 3 wide already in the back. In the turn number 1, Joey Logano on the back front with the 48 car. They're going to spin already. There goes Denny Hamlin onto the apron, and the caution comes back out again for a spin from Denny Hamlin out of turn number 2. Yellow flag is back out, and let's see what happened here. Oh, Hamlin had a really shallow entry on the restart there. Made contact with the 88 when he slid up the racetrack. And that sent his car spinning down to the inside. He luckily all he needs is a fresh set of Goodyear tires and a fresh set of underwear as well. He can get back out on the racetrack, ready to go for the final 3 laps here in Atlanta. Very quick caution. Will we see how quick the last 3 laps go? Green flag is in the air once again. Possibly the final time to crown a champion. Chase Elliott does not get a good restart. 4 wide at turn number 1, and William Byron takes advantage of it. Side by side for second now with his teammate trying to go for the championship. Joey Logano falls to 4th now in the number 22 machine, trying to keep his hopes up. Back into turn number 3 and 4. 2 laps to go this time by. And it's the 4 of Kevin Harvick leading now. Back across the line. Oh, Kevin Harvick slow. Looks like his tire's going down now. This time no crash, but William Byron now to the lead. Jimmie Johnson way up on the top side of the racetrack. Logano on the bottom. A great run for the number 22 machine on the back straightaway, side by side. And Jimmie Johnson's on the outside wall. He's down but not out. Coming to the white flag here in Atlanta. William Byron trying to hold on to the lead and his teammates' championship. Side by side, Logano goes for the lead, for the win, and for the championship. Side by side for the final time in 3. What will Logano do? Down to the inside, he dives and slides up into the wall, and Joey Logano's out. Down to 3rd, Jimmie Johnson is 2nd, and he is your Season 5 champion, along with William Byron getting the win here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. William Byron is the victor after this immense battle that happened. Look at Jimmie Johnson getting into the wall, coming to the white flag. And Joey Logano took over 2nd, trying to take the lead in turn 3. He needed to win, could not do it. He slid up into the outside wall. That allowed William Byron to get the win, and for Jimmie Johnson to come through to 2nd and get the championship here in Atlanta. How about that for a finish? After the battle we've had all season long between the 48 and the 22, came down to one last corner. And Jimmie Johnson and his teammate William Byron go back to victory lane here. 1 for the championship and 1 for the win. And those guys are going to be absolutely happy. Nonetheless, to see these 2 drivers in victory lane and celebrating here. And here are your results here today at Atlanta Motor Speedway. William Byron gets the third victory for Hendrick Motorsports at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Hendrick Motorsports is still the all-time winners of Atlanta, but nonetheless, though, we also have Jimmie Johnson in 2nd place. But here are the finishing point standings as well. See the very minute difference in point standing for the top 2 because they finished 1-2, or I guess 2-3 in this case, but Jimmie Johnson comes out the champion here in Atlanta. A 2-point gap for that championship trophy. He definitely earned it after today's performance, trying to get around the number 22 car. He for sure did it. And once again, I have to congratulate Jimmie Johnson and crew for getting that championship here today. And same for William Byron for getting the win. It's been a fantastic season, a great season so far. We'll see you guys next season with a whole new cast of drivers and racetracks to come to. It'll be very exciting next season here in season number 6 or 2020, whatever I decide to call it. Should be coming in March. Hopefully you guys are excited for that as well as I. We'll see you guys next season.